We play and call it work.
Hey there, Wargamers. Luka from MiniWarGaming here to give you an idea of what's going on with Core Space. It's in its final week on Kickstarter. Now, this is a game by Battle Systems. They've been working on this for a while, and they've had successful terrain Kickstarters in the past, and they figured, let's do a game. They wanted to for a while. So what I'm doing in this video is I'm going into two pledges. There's the two main pledges that are on the site, and a little bit of detail about the game. Now, if you want like full details about gameplay and the rules for the game, all you have to do is go onto their Kickstarter, which is going to be in the link below, of course. And that's going to take you over to there, and over there you'll find a video, quite a long one. It's like a whole gameplay out, all the turns, great detail. The creator himself did it, and he did a great job. It covers all aspects of the game you'll need. But in this video, again, I'm going over the two pledges. We got the Core Pledge and the Titan Pledge. Let's go into details with these pledges. You get two main ones. You get the Core Pledge and the Titan Pledge. The Core Pledge is 84 pounds, and the Titan Pledge is 120 pounds. Now, with both of these pledges, you get the Core Box and all of the currently achieved stretch goals, which is a lot, guys. And there's still two to break. But in addition to that, with the Titan one, you're going to get 4 additional expansions to the game. I'm going to go into detail about the expansions and the Titan Pledge and all of the stretch goals at the end of this video, because that'll make more sense once you understand what's in the actual box. Now, to go into detail with the Core Pledge, it's 84 pounds, which converts to roughly 112 USD. And if you're to include all the stretch goals you get with this pledge, it's about 170 pounds with all the extra models, the terrain pieces, and all that, which I'll go into detail at the end, of course. But in the box with the Core Pledge, you're going to get the mat, the 4x4 mat. That is it's like the mouse pad material. You're all used to it. You get it from like Table Wargaming. You use it for 40K, Fantasy, Age of Sigmar, whatever it is you play. You use this mat for. It's that mouse pad material, super durable, very flexible, never really gets destroyed. At least I've never had any that's been destroyed. And in addition, you're going to get all of the 3D terrain that snaps together, that fits right on this mat. Now, all this terrain is pre-painted, so you don't have to worry about any of that. It's the highly condensed, it's like laminated, very durable cardboard. These guys have gotten a lot of high regard for the terrain in the past. And that's what they've done in the last 4 Kickstarters, which they've been successful at. They've been making terrain for various games. And one thing to note is with this terrain, you don't have to use it for this game. It's multi-purpose. It works for like Necromunda or any other skirmish games out there you play. Infinity is an easy one too. It's all modular, right? So you can like go into a building, you pop off the roof, you're in the building. In addition, you get all the scattered terrain that would make sense for the games. You get like barrels, benches, computer consoles, like laboratory tables, all of that kind of stuff, right? The amount of terrain they give you in there is enough so that you'll never play on the same board twice. It's one of those scenarios. You just buy this box and you already have enough terrain just to play a number of campaigns without having to worry about the same situation coming up more than once. Which also brings me on to the next point. Crazy easy to build, crazy easy to take apart, and it's easy to store. It's all flat, right? So it just stacks on top of each other. It's one of my favorite parts about this box. It's just like terrain's probably one of the more expensive aspects of the hobby. It's hard to like justify spending money on it because you want to spend money on the models. Now this box comes with everything you need. In addition to the terrain, of course, it comes with all the models, the dice, the rulers, and the tokens you're going to need for the game, and the player console cards. And by that I mean the player dashboard. So this is a tool you use to keep track of all of the items your character is currently carrying, current ammunition, health, experience points, and what upgrades your character has had as well. It's a neat little way to kind of keep your play area very clean and organized, so you don't have to worry about roster sheet over here, character sheet over there, wounds over here, wounds over there. The dashboard kind of keeps track of all of it for you. And of course, the items you get throughout the game, you keep on your dashboard, and they just boop, transfer over to the next game. It's a narrative-based game, so mission to mission, it all makes sense. I'm going to go into some of the campaign detail for you guys to give you an idea of how it plays out. Now, you're a smuggler. That's the role you play as. You kind of involve yourself in either illegal or very legal things, as a smuggler would do. Ideally, you go into these scenarios with a goal in mind, either to hack and get information, to acquire maybe illegal or legal goods that have been stolen, and to repurpose them and sell them to someone else, as well as a bunch of other missions as well. That's the generalization of it, though. In these missions, you can kind of come across random factions that are just going to pop up. So you got the Harvesters, which are an AI race of nasty robots that are out to get you, or you can come across Enforcers, which don't really like smugglers all that much. I don't know why they wouldn't like smugglers. And you come across other NPC smugglers. In addition, you have all the other people playing this narrative campaign. You can choose to work with them or against them, which is the nice change as opposed to always working against the other players in a campaign because you're out for yourself. I mean, ideally you're out for yourself, but you can choose to help other people, hoping that they'll give you a helping hand back later in on the campaign. A good example of a situation might be you're both on the same table trying to achieve the same goals, whereas they're surrounded by enemies and they're behind locked doors, and the only way out is through these enemies, and you're on your way out. You hit a few buttons with your tech guy, and all of a sudden your tech guy opens up one of those locked doors to help them get out the back, and all of a sudden they owe you a favor. You could choose, of course, just to let them die to the enemies, because that'd be great too, right? I mean, who wouldn't do that? Let's go into more detail about what you get with the stretch goals in these two pledges now. Again, you have the Core Pledge and the Titan Pledge. The Core Pledge and both the Titan Pledge come with the game. You already know what's in the game box. I just told you guys. Now let's go with the stretch goals. And these are things you all get for free with this pledge. So you're going to get the box and all of these stretch goals with it. We'll start off with the new miniatures. You're going to get more unique miniatures. There's going to be 11 unique miniatures as well as enemy model miniatures, and they belong to the various factions of the game. It's always good to have these extra miniatures because it makes your games more unique from game to game. It's just more people to interact with, more enemies to fight, all of that, right? You're going to get 13 additional walls, and now these walls help add to your already vast collection of stuff you get from the box. So this will help make your buildings denser, make them taller, or just make them more unique. You're going to get 36 additional pieces of scatter terrain, which is going to be like barrels, chairs, tables, like doctor tables, like all of that stuff. Anything sci-fi, right? You're going to get all of that. You're going to get class boards and trade boards, which are things you use in the narrative parts of the game, you know, keeping track of your income, keeping track of your crew, keeping track of what stock you have from game to game. You're going to gain 3 extra loot boxes as well. Now with these loot boxes, you can use them to, well, just give yourself more loot in the game if you want to do that. Or you can throw in duds, right? You can throw in these 3 extra loot boxes and they might not have anything in them. So just throw yourself off and throw your opponent off. You don't really know what's in the boxes. And finally, you're getting 2 Rangefinders as well. Now, these are just in case you don't want to share, or if you just like having 2 extra rulers. It's just a nice little addition. Again, you get all this stuff included with both pledges because of the stretch goals. Alright guys, now that you have a better understanding of the stretch goals and what you get with them, let's go into detail about the Titan Pledge. Now the Titan Pledge is 120 pounds, which converts to about 160 USD. But when you consider all of the, well, what you get in it, the box, the stretch goals, and the 4 extra expansions, which I'm about to go into detail, it's valued at about 230 pounds. So that's a lot. That's a lot of value. And guys, if you're highly interested in this game, I strongly suggest you go for the Titan Pledge because you're going to get these 4 additional expansions with it. The first one is the Titan Accord Mission Log. This is a new scenario for you and your friends to play in addition to all the ones you get out of the box. The second one is going to be the Outbreak Mission expansion. It's the same idea as the Titan Accord one in regards that you get a new scenario to play. But in addition, you're going to get a whole new line of terrain that fits and matches this scenario. It's going to be infested walls, scientific tables, doctor tables, scientific vats, and cell walls that you could use to store captured miniatures. They might be infected, who knows? And the cell doors open and close as well. The third one is Shootout at Zed'S. Now this one is the same as the Outbreak in regards that you get a new scenario and brand new terrain that fits this scenario. So you're at a bar, a sci-fi bar, so you get the terrain that would help you emulate a sci-fi bar. You get the big bar stools, you get the bar table, and you can use other terrain in addition to help make this one bigger or to expand upon it. This scenario, you're sitting at a bar peacefully, something goes wrong, and all of a sudden you have to get out of there. Now the fourth part of this pledge is the Cyberpunk terrain expansion. So this is probably the one of the most value. You get an entirely new 4x4 map and a new line of terrain that fits on this map, that fills out this map. So you get this Titan Pledge, you get 3 new scenarios, 2 of them have new terrain in addition to all the terrain you're getting with the stretch goals and the box, and you're getting an entire line of Cyberpunk terrain. And again guys, this terrain, it's universal, right? You can use it for any other Cyberpunk game you want to. It doesn't have to just be Core Space, but you get all of this in the Titan Pledge. 120 pounds, 3 new scenarios, 2 of them with new terrain, and a brand new Cyberpunk line of terrain, including the mat. Alright guys, that does it for here, but if you're interested in this game and you want to check it out, click on the link below to take you over to the Kickstarter page for Core Space, where the creators have put up a lot of media to teach you guys about the game, how to play it, all the factions, and all the models that are available to you. Now this is, again, I highly suggest you check it out. This is a game made by big-time gamers that are very excited to get their product out there. They've worked with Terrain in the past, and they've been wanting to work on this game for a while, and it's finally out there. It's near ready to be done. Just go check it out, guys. And with that, I'll leave you a few images from Rob, and happy wargaming.